Rise and Shine Rwanda, it's Monday, the 29th of February.
Good morning. It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning and you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Ivan Magwene.
And me, Yvette Shimbusho.
Over the next hour, we'll bring you all the latest news, sports and business headlines from here in Rwanda and around the world. And as usual, we begin off with the latest in business. Yvette, what do you have for us?
Let me ask you, what do you have for us?
Well, I think we have
Story of the day.
Story of the day.
We never get to know.
We never get to know.
Well, it's quite unique. Of course, as you already know, the weekend was all about the beauty contest, the finale for Miss Rwanda. And of course, we have lots going on in the news from the birthday of Mr. Mugabe.
Oh, Uncle Bob.
Uncle
Bob's birthday. How did I
Wait,
miss
how
that?
old is he turning? 90?
92. Wow. Yes,
Good Lord.
and also, of course, to the Democratic win by Hillary Clinton, and also
Right,
local
that
news,
one.
of course. So
Yeah.
it's a lot going on there.
Thank you, Ivan. Well, in business today, we're going to be talking about the new complex in Nyabugogo. I will not reveal anymore because I might just say it all. So I'll tell you more about that.
All right.
Right. I feel like
Lifestyle.
today is a very exciting one. And in lifestyle, you know, a lot has been going on over the weekend. But I happened to visit one of a new restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, and I'll tell you more about that.
Moses, a new errand food boy here.
Definitely. Now, the new president for after 22 years is revealed. I'll tell you more. Who is he? And what does he plan to do for us?
All right.
After 22 years?
Blatter has
22
been
years.
in helm for all those years, man.
Yes.
That's
Ever
how
since I
football
learned about
happens?
football. No, it's
Someone is
actually
in
there was no term limits for people.
Yeah.
So
But
There's
this
never
time
been-
around, there's term limit.
Really?
Okay.
For how long now?
Now you need to be elected 4 years, but for 3 times.
Oh, okay. You
No
have
longer-
3 mandates.
But Blatter was elected for the 5th time.
Yeah.
So you see now, there's now a time limit. So I'll tell you more in details. Don't make
Okay.
me say everything.
You know?
All right, okay.
well, all that and more still to come, but first, Rise and Shine, story of the day. Now, it was the trending story of the weekend. Rwanda has a new Miss. Jolie Mutesi was crowned Miss Rwanda 2016 in a colorful ceremony held at Camp Kigali grounds. The 19-year-old who represented the southern province in the preliminaries emerged the topmost contender for the beauty pageant, beating Peace Kwizera to the crown. Now let's take a look at some of the highlights of this wonderful event.
ihesha agaciro mwana wanjye indangagaciro z'umuco nyarwanda ziza kubera iteme rigutembesha hirya iyo mu mahanga nugerayo shenge uzaratire bose.
People, of course, I know this is something that has been going on. First, we had the 25 girls come in for the beauty contest. We had them go to the boot camp. We had them do a lot of activities. We had them even do Muganda, which we did on Saturday. But of course, it all came down to the final event. Everyone was waiting. Some people were there on the TV set waiting to see who's going to be Miss Rwanda, who's going to replace Dorian. But I want to get the general view from all of you. How did you see the competition, and what are some of the highlights that you remember and recall that made the whole event colorful? I'll start maybe with Sherry, that was so much, of course, following the event.
Well, I think it was very well organized in terms of from the time it started. I mean, they had all the necessary facilities with the boot camp and everything. Now, for yesterday, actually, my favorite contestant, the one I was really rooting for, was Jolie Mutesi, because, goodness, when she starts speaking, there's one thing just seeing all these ladies standing there and like, wow, they're beautiful. But when they start speaking, now that's when you start, you know, being keen. And she was very informed about pretty much everything. She was very, I saw a lot of intelligence. And one thing that I liked about her, even when she was presenting her project, when she was talking about her project, she was giving statistics, meaning this is something that she's wanted to do, and it was her time, and she just went for it.
All right, now, Yvette, I want to know first, who was your favorite contestant amongst all the girls out there?
Well, I didn't really have a favorite. I think they were all good in their own way. I mean, they all had unique attributes. But I do believe that, yes, I believe that Jolie did a really good job, especially when she was presenting her project. She was articulate, something that a lot of the girls lacked, especially in the English language. But overall, I think they all did well. I mean, they looked stunning. If I was in Trandis, or if I was just like watching and not hearing anything, I would be like, they all deserve to be Miss Rwanda.
Right.
All right, Moses. Yes. Now, of course, as the day went on, there were different sessions. There were from questions to dancing to the Rwandan traditional dances. I mean, for you, what was the most outstanding moment in the whole finale as you saw it?
Well, for me, I was impressed by Jolie because she's very clever, very intelligent, and she's a wonderful lady representative that she can represent the country in so many different aspects. Has turned out actually from other contestants, and again, when you look at the way she was dancing and the way she smiles, I mean, because Miss means beautiful and intelligence at the same time.
Beauty with brains.
Yeah, and she presents both at the same time, and I don't know which is better than another, but she really deserves.
I always thought intelligence. A beautiful mind, it surpasses just appearance, because I mean, appearance, it will fade. Once you hit 92 like Mugabe,
but
things change.
But she's very knowledgeable, and she actually knew what it means to win Miss. You know, there was a lot of preparations. There's a lot of working and stuff, but she knew what it meant to be Miss. It's not only being beautiful, but also means that you are going to be there as an ambassador of culture. How much do you know about culture?
Exactly.
That's actually what made us stand out.
Sherry, what was your key moment that you think was the overturning moment for Jolie, that you think in that session? There were different sessions I said earlier, but what do you think was that key moment that you think people now realize that this could actually be our Miss Rwanda? Or could you yourself see that this was the moment you think overturned the way things were happening in the competition?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say there was a really strong tie between her and Peace, because even Peace was doing quite well. She was doing very well, and she's also elegant. I mean, both. I just think the whole team was just fit to be Miss. None of them was unfit for that. But I think what happened is, even, oh my goodness, Jolie, even without being ready, because I'm sure they did all this research before of their projects and what they're going to say. Yeah, they did all this. But even when she was caught off guard, even when she was being interviewed, after they had chosen the top 5, and it was time for her to, the first thing she said was, "I would like to thank you for even choosing me in the top 5." That is not something everyone can remember, because you're nervous and all that. So even off guard, even much later on when she had the interview with Reyes, our very own from Rwanda TV, you could see that she was prepared. Maybe she was. I think she's already a public speaker, because the way she was presenting herself, from her words, from just her body presentation, you could see that, you could already mark that one is probably going to be our Miss.
Now, of course, allow me to disclose this honestly, Vet. I know you've participated way back before. I mean,
not in Miss Rwanda.
No, not in Miss Rwanda, but in any other competition. But you've also been able to see what beauty pageants are all about. What people should be expecting from them. In your own opinion, what do you expect that Miss Rwanda should be doing after this? I
mean, it doesn't end here. In fact, just the way you finish high school and you're going into university and they say the work starts now. Well, when you become Miss Rwanda or Miss University or Miss whatever, that's when the work starts. I mean, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, not only in terms of physical appearance and, the outside, but in terms of making sure that you follow up with the things that you have said. She's talking about domestic tourism. So what do other people expect? What do we all expect? We expect projects from Miss Rwanda or her group, her entourage as well, that has to do with domestic tourism, that has to do with promoting domestic tourism. So I wish her all the best. I mean, it's a lot of work, even if it's just Miss University or anything. So now that she's Miss Rwanda, she's representing a whole country. It's a lot of pressure, but we expect that she follows up with everything she's done, and to just, the way she's put so much effort in becoming Miss Rwanda, may she continue to put as much effort to remain Miss Rwanda until she gives her crown away.
I think I'll wrap up from that. The advice is good from Yvette herself. So
Ivan, I have something itching that I really have to talk about. The sponsors.
Yes.
I was very impressed by Koje Bank.
Oh, by the way,
I think competitors, they have beat us to that. And Koje Bank did a good job.
Even last year they made it so nice, and it's quite a surprise that
and on top of that, Koje Bank has been one of the banks that has been present in every, in many
social events.
Social event. They've been to the Rwanda.
Yes.
They're actually the second biggest sponsors after school, and so they've been present. They have so many products. I mean, okay, but they are very good.
Yeah, their marketing team is doing a good job. I just had to say that.
Then they know exactly where to invest in.
Right.
And Miss Rwanda is definitely a good investment.
Yeah, you can imagine how many views on TV are last night.
Exactly. So people, I'm thinking of changing it, just like banking with them or something.
Right?
Think about that.
Got my attention.
They have so many products. Check out.
All right, we'll wrap up from there, and of course from the team we say good luck to Jolie as the new Miss Rwanda, and we hope that congratulations to, of course, to the girls that came out. It's not a very easy task that you come out amongst all the girls and come out and just
even to just go.
Yes.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage.
Yeah, so congratulations to everyone, and of course congratulations to the team that organized Miss Rwanda, and we hope to see the best from the new Miss Rwanda 2016. You're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. Stay with us. Business stories are coming up next with Yvette Shumbusho.
The things that make you look outside the window and sigh. The ones that make your dreamy eyes look up to the sky and smile. Forget the miles between and smile at the sky. Like it held something precious that belonged to you. Like this little secret that makes you hold everything you love. Let your passion guide you. You can be sure you will touch the sky.
Business stories making headlines today. Traders in Nyabugogo have a new business complex to run their enterprises from, following the completion of a 5.5 billion Rwandan franc complex in the suburb. The complex, developed by Inkunda Mahoro Cooperative, was partly financed by the Development Bank of Rwanda as part of the bank's 130 billion Rwandan franc credit schemes extended to small and medium enterprises in critical areas like affordable housing, agriculture, energy, and education. The complex will be ready by June or July this year. The Rwanda Revenue has warned tax consultants who mislead or encourage clients to evade taxes, saying that they will be comprehended and punished according to the law. The tax body said that there are some consultants encouraging taxpayers to underdeclare their returns, manipulate systems, or even default altogether. Richard Dusabe, the Rwanda Revenue Authority Commissioner General, said the tax body has so far arrested and punished some of the culprits involved. Tanzania has disregarded calls by the East African Business Council and accessed to the East African Community Non-Tariff Barriers Bill. The business lobby petitioned the East African Community heads of state not to assent to the bill until the clause on the dispute solution was amended. The business community in the region is concerned with the bill giving power to the governments to identify NTBs and at the same time resolve them. The 2016 Made in Rwanda Expo was officially opened last Friday at Gikondo Expo grounds. Rwandan producers displayed their products and the consumers arrived in good number to support the locally made products. The opening ceremony was officiated by Honorable Minister of Trade and Industry Francois Kanimba. Take a look at what took place.
Years, Rwanda has had a consistent external trade deficit, which has contributed to a negative balance of payment situation in the country. One of the strategies to reduce the trade deficit gap is to promote production and consumption of locally made products, to identify priority sectors that can quickly contribute to Rwanda domestic market recapturing. The Ministry of Trade and Industry conducted a study on the domestic market recapturing strategy that was validated last year in February. The study indicated that the total foreign exchange savings induced by the domestic market recapturing strategy could reach almost $450 million per year. As you know, our cement factory has now expanded significantly to produce 6 times the previous capacity and is in a position to supply 100% of the cement consumed in Rwanda right now.
My name is Emmanuel Kaitare, working for Petrocom Limited. Petrocom Limited is a group of companies manufacturing different products. As you can see, we see brick making, we have mountain tea, we have man trucks, and we have iron sheets and steel. The location of Petrocom Limited is at Powerol, a road heading towards Nyabugogo, just past your engine station. You'll find a etage or a flat which is called Petrocom. The signposts are available.
Ladies and gentlemen, to change the mindset of our people towards locally made products and boost value addition along the value chain of production, it's imperative to conduct and sustain Made in Rwanda campaign. Made in Rwanda Expo that we are opening this afternoon is one of the activities of a robust awareness campaign launched by the Ministry of Trade and Industry in collaboration with the Private Sector Federation. The campaign is not only targeting consumers, but also producers, especially small and medium enterprises, in terms of technology and innovation to boost production. It also seeks to enhance quality standards, as I mentioned above, branding and packaging of locally produced products along the value chain. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, there are very high expectations from the Made in Rwanda campaign, in terms of mobilization of the population to support local industries to economic growth towards the achievement of the Vision 2020 targets. In that regard, and in particular, the government of Rwanda will support efforts to promote made in Rwanda products. On this note, I call upon all concerned government agencies, private sector federation, and consumers in particular to expedite their respective roles and ensure that made in Rwanda products are promoted.
Well, made in Rwanda. So I think for me, for quite some time, I have always had this dream that one time I will see a shirt written on made in Rwanda or something that has made in Rwanda,
Yes.
because we normally see made in China that is overtaking the market. Of
Yes,
course.
definitely.
But tell us a little bit about the expo and what they're displaying out there in the expo. Is
Well,
it everything?
Actually, everything. Well, in my video, you can see that there's a lot to do with infrastructure, there's a lot to do with construction. I mean, you have tiles, you have cement, you have clothing, you have, there's even this very special one I really liked was this company that makes pastries from sweet potatoes.
Amazing.
Yes, so they make cookies, they make bread, they make all these different kind of pastries from the sweet potato, and not the white one, like there's this other orange one that is different.
So they'll be making a banana cake and one
Everything is going to be made here. So I think that one is very interesting. But they have everything. I mean, there's mattresses, there's, of course, we have Inyanje, of course they had to be present. We have the different schools that are doing things like vocational stuff, and they're displaying their vocational skills. And yeah, so there was a lot going on.
So of course, one thing I wanted to ask you was, what is the main reason to why we have a Made in Rwanda Expo, not the general expo we normally have in the summer?
Because we're promoting locally made products. And why is this?
So all those products are purely local products?
Yes, they're locally made in Rwanda. And the reason why we believe that it could be able to help our exports. I mean, this, of course, you know, if you have more exports compared to imports, then we're making more money as a country.
Absolutely.
Yes, and that is what we're focusing on, and that's what the government is focusing on, making sure that people also they consume what is locally made, you know, so that we don't have a lot of imports coming in and a lot of people buying things from outside, but we buy things from here and we support our economy and our producers.
Now, of course, another question is with the when people come out to an expo, they want to have even fun. So how do we see fun stuff around? Do we see music and drinks and
definitely
food?
Music, drinks, food. That is always present, and that was there at that time.
And when is it ending?
2nd of March.
So I guess people should be on
Yes,
their way
definitely.
to the expo grounds now.
Definitely.
Thanks for covering that.
All right. Well, the expo continues until March 2nd, as I've just mentioned. But for now, you are up to date with today's business headlines. Sports news coming up in just a moment with Moses Winikuzira.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda. Time now for your sport news. I am Moses Winikuzira. Starting with local football, APRFC will face Young Africans of Tanzania in the CAF Champions League first round. Central defender Abdul Dwatubyaye netted a hat-trick, and midfielder Patrick Sibomana added another as the Rwanda champions overturned a 1-0 deficit from the first leg to win 4-1 and progressed to the next phase 4-2 on aggregate after eliminating Mbawane Swallows. APRFC Football Club will play Young Africans in the first qualifying round of CAF Champions League on the weekend of March of 1st and 2nd of 11th and 12th. Young Africans beat Selcredo Joachim of Mauritius 2-0 on Sunday in Dar es Salaam of Tanzania to progress on 3-0 aggregates. Now finally, the FIFA president was unveiled. New FIFA president Gianni Infantino pledged to restore the image of FIFA. Switzerland's Gianni Infantino was elected as the new FIFA president on Friday, and he promised to restore the reputation of the organization. Infantino polled 115 votes in round 2, 27 more votes than closest rival Sheikh Salman bin Ibrahim Al Khalifa. He replaced Sepp Blatter, who stood down last year and was later banned from the football organization for 6 years. And finally, in European football, who will stop Leicester City? That's a question everyone is asking. Foxes continue to lead the table as Ronaldo Ulowa scored late winner in 1-0 win over Norwich. Ronaldo Ulowa's 89th minute goal extended Leicester City's lead at the top of Premier League and denied Norwich a deserved draw. Meanwhile, Chelsea moved up to 11th after coming back from the goal down to beat Southampton 2-1 with a late Branislav Ivanovic header. Elsewhere, Real Madrid forward Cristiano Ronaldo said that if all the players were at his level, maybe they would be leaders of the La Liga. After this, his side was beaten 1-0 by Atletico Madrid. And that was the first defeat under Zinedine Zidane, and it left Real Madrid 9 points off leaders Barcelona and 4 points below Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, well, Moses, I think there you have it. Of course, I like the way the question you posed before in the news that who is to remove Leicester City from where they are. The Foxes are leading till this moment.
Yeah.
The world cannot believe a team from nowhere comes and leads the Premier League, one of the most competitive football competitions in the world. What could be the secret driving until this performance? I mean, what is the secret behind the performance Leicester City is displaying as we're talking until today in the midst of the season?
Well, there's one thing, believe in yourself. There's always a way that, Claudio Ranieri has brought from in Leicester City. Because, before Ranieri came in Leicester City, he was a manager of Greece national team, and he was sacked. He came in Leicester City where Leicester City was in downfall, and then he brought back the experience, like knowing how because he coached Chelsea, he played Champions League as a manager and stuff. So for Leicester City, what is actually driving them is the ability to show unexpected results. So when you look at their last previous games, when they beat Liverpool, they beat Man City, and they lost against Arsenal, actually in a very close context, because Arsenal actually beat them in 95th minute, a late win. And when they played Norwich, they decided no way, because they had actually almost a week and a half break. Others were competing Champions League, Cup, World Cup, but for them, they are free. They were in Dubai, enjoying and stuff. But now, what amazes more is the night when Valdi is quiet, the night when Okazaki is quiet, the night when Mahrez cannot do anything. Who would imagine that Ulowa could come from the bench and score a goal?
Absolutely.
That is a sense of champions. Honestly speaking, I don't know how far Leicester City will go, but as far as I'm concerned, look at Chelsea last year when they won the the Premier League. There's a game when they played at Crystal Palace. And the Crystal Palace actually had them all the way almost to a draw. And then they went all the way to the last minute and they scored at Selhurst Park. It was a Cesc Fabregas goal. And that goal actually proved the turning point for Jose Mourinho. And there was even another goal they scored at the Queen's Park Rangers. You see, those are the type of goals you score. 1-0 when the team has closed the gap, closed the spaces at behind, and when they're like playing 9 men behind the ball, and you happen to unlock the deadlock and you score one goal, especially at the dying minute, 98th minute or 90th or 92nd minute. Those are the senses of champions. So if they can continue this spirit, the hard work and the belief they have in themselves, this Leicester City will go as far as nobody expects. Now,
another quite interesting performance by APRFC. The Lions did us proud because if I recall very well, the coach said way back when they were in Swaziland that we could do better than this. Yeah. And indeed, they displayed off a very good performance by beating Babane Swallows. Yeah. But most interestingly, they are meeting with their closest rivals in the region, Yanga. What do we expect from this match? Of course, many Rwandans are also looking forward to this tremendous and beautiful match.
Well, this is what we call what Chad brought to this, the belief Chad brought to these Rwandan footballers. There is an excellent performance of Abdul Watubja. He's a defender and 19 years old.
So you've seen performance of Rwandan players ever since Chan?
Yes, ended. Yes. For APL, Luwana was actually criticizing some of his players that they are a bit slower, the intensity is not up, because of the, you know, the difference of competitions. The, you know, the Rwandan Premier League and the Chan is a bit higher, and the, you know, I mean, they're a bit not on a mood of the rhythm of the championship. But when you look at APL after the return leg, because they so far won 3 games. After losing to Mbane Swallows, they beat Mukura, they beat Kiyovu Sport, they beat Espoir, and now they beat Mbane Swallows. So now when you look at the way Rwatubyaye played, he scored a hat-trick. He's a defender and scored a hat-trick. And Superman scored another one. But the most impressive performance was for Iran's Jean-Claude. He supplied all the 4 goals. You see, he assisted all the 4 goals. That shows that Jean-Claude Iran is going to be one of the best ball suppliers, or the maestros as we can call in this Rwandan league, because he's actually amazing. But when you look at the game they will play against Young Africans, there's going to be another maestro, a former APL player, who is Haruna Niyonzima, who is actually there orchestrating the whole Young Africans midfield. So it's going to be a head-to-head, and we are looking forward to see that first leg on 11th in Kigali. How will APL be like during that time?
Indeed, we wrap up from there, and of course we can't wait to see what the match will be about as we see the APRFC take on Younger Africans in the CAF, of course, Champions League. So you heard it from Moses, and we hope that you stay with us with the latest in sports. But for now, you're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda. Stay with us. Local and international news are coming up next.
The things that make you look outside the window and sigh. The ones that make your dreamy eyes look up to the sky and smile. Forget the miles between and smile at the sky. Like it held something precious that belonged to you. Like this little secret that makes you hold everything you love. Let your passion guide you. You can be sure you will touch the sky.
Let's take a look now at news-making headlines here in Rwanda and around the world.
Rwanda could stop importing rice by 2018 as one of the plans aimed at helping reduce the country's trade deficit. This comes after Parliament expressed concern over increased rice imports despite the current rise in domestic production. The Agriculture Ministry has already drafted a new plan that is expected to increase production to meet all the country's rice needs by 2018.
The government will pay 13.5 billion Rwandan francs by next month to clear all areas the community health insurance, commonly known as Mutuelle de Santé, accumulated before it was placed under the management of the Rwanda Social Security Board. The money included funds owed to different hospitals, health centers, and district pharmacies for medical checkups and drugs offered to patients who are Mutuelle de Santé subscribers.
And in regional news, Zimbabwe's ruling party has been criticized for hosting lavish 92nd birthday celebrations for President Robert Mugabe, while part of the population face food shortages. The event reportedly cost almost $800,000. The opposition movement for democratic change, MDC, called the celebration obscene. The event, which was televised and featured school children reading poetry about the president, was held in the drought-stricken southeastern city of Masivo.
And in international news, Hillary Clinton has secured a big win over Bernie Sanders in the South Carolina primary, the latest battlefield in the race to be the Democratic presidential nominee. Victory for Mrs. Clinton was widely expected, but it gives her momentum ahead of Sanders' Tuesday's primary in 11 states this week.
Congratulations to Hillary Clinton. Do you see the race going up to Trump versus Hillary Clinton?
I hope not.
You hope
I
not?
really hope not. I hope it's Ted Cruz and one of the Democratic
So you're very fine with Bernie
candidates.
Sanders going on or
Bernie
Hillary
Clinton, it's perfectly fine, but not Trump. Please, not Trump.
All right, there you have it. We take a look at what's happening and what's hot right now in our daily debate section, Hot Topics with Sherry Uwase. We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back. You're just in time for your lifestyle update with me, Sherry Uwase. Last week, I visited a new restaurant called Pan China. Pan China is a Chinese best dish restaurant, and it's absolutely a place that you should consider going to. Check it out.
Welcome to today's lifestyle segment with me, of course, Sherry Uwase. And as you know, I've been having my fair share of moving around town, going to different restaurants. And today, I am here at Pan China, which is located in Kimihurura. Now, this place is most famous for different Chinese dishes, and I'm going to be making PFC, sweet and sour and sizzling.
Just another bar, loud guitars, smoke.
Kwa ofita mahoro Firemo nkaba ndi manager wa Pan China restaurant. Duherereye hano Kimihurura ku muhanda wa 606 ES 8 Avenue. Tukaba turi best Chinese in Kigali. Dufite PFC style, ni dish ikunzwe cyane y'inkoko, iba iri deep fried. Tukagira na Chinese iryoshye cyane, harimo beef sizzling, tugira chicken sizzling, tugira noodles, tugira dumplings ziri steamed n'iziri fried, tugira milkshakes, tukagira na smoothie. Tugira service nziza muri no minsi, tukaba ari twebwe abambere mu mujyi wa Kigali. Nakwifuriza buri wese kutaza habura cyangwa kuzaza akadusura kuko dufite ibintu byiza cyane bikunzwe.
I'm Joshua. We are preparing sweet and sour pork. First we cut in cubes. After that we cut into butter. Then we deep fry in a hot oil. After that we make in sweet and sour sauce. We sprinkle together the sweet and sour sauce.
So now everything that we did in the kitchen is ready. And let me just run you through. This is sweet and sour pork. We have fried rice, of course, crispy chicken, then there's chicken sizzling, and then there's PFC chicken, and there's a few salads, and also this is a milkshake. So just in case you're wondering if I am going to eat this all, yes, I am going to eat this all with a bit of some help, of course. But yeah, make sure you come here. I'm telling you, this food is amazing. You better come here. It's Pan China at Kimihurura. So keep it here and catch me in the next lifestyle segment. I am Sherry Uwase.
You're making me so hungry.
You have no idea. Did you see that VT? Did you see
No.
that video?
And then I heard you say sweet and sour pork.
Oh yeah,
I
actually
was salivating. I mean, it's, oh my goodness.
we made sizzling, sweet and sour pork, and PFC.
What's PFC?
It's chicken. It's a type of chicken.
And then there was
Yes.
fried rice.
Yeah, there was fried rice.
Okay,
there
let's
was-
stop there. I can't
there
do
was
it
a
anymore.
milkshake. It was such very nice.
And the
hot
milkshake
chocolate.
looked really good.
It is good.
It's not very often that you get really good
Yeah.
milkshake. Was
Yeah.
it nice and
Oh,
creamy?
it was so creamy.
Not watery?
No, not at all. It was
Really?
so creamy. It was, gosh, let's just say the place has, the cuisine is really standard, very good looking, very clean, and of course.
So they're sanitary as well.
Yes, very much.
Where is it located?
In Kimihurura, right past Chocolat, where Chocolat is.
Oh, okay.
As you slope down past Chocolat, yeah.
Oh,
It's a very nice place.
And what about the prices?
The prices actually are quite friendly. It's affordable, so I wouldn't say
So it's pocket friendly.
It's pocket friendly. So I think you should really go. Text somebody, tell a friend to tell a friend. You should go to that place. Really.
You should take me back. And then you should go. When you go back, let me know. I'll tag along.
I will make sure. But
we can't even continue to talk about this because I might just walk out.
I also feel like now going back. Yeah.
I might just walk off set and say I'm going to eat. But thank you, Sherry.
Yes, you're welcome. And of course, I recommend everybody to go to Pan China. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. So for now, don't go. We'll be right back with Hot Topics after the break. Welcome back, Ken. It's that Hot Topics time again. As always, we're up and about gathering just about anything you need to know, what's happening here and abroad, from what's trending on Twitter. We've got it all for you right here and right now. Now, last week on Friday, a car caught fire and burnt down completely while it was right in the road. This happened at Gishushu, right here in Kigali, of course, where the driver noticed the car catching fire and got out so fast, obviously to save his life, and he managed to take his belongings and he came out of the car unhurt. So really, to me, this was the point of taking the cars to control technique, because this was definitely an issue that the car had. I mean, there's no way you would be driving a car if you know it has issues that could probably cost your life. And it happened at a very popular route. Gishushu Road is a very busy route.
Yes, while you're going to
you're going to town or Nyarutarama or Kisimenti, anywhere, and those are like very common centers. Yeah, it's a junction of, it's a very busy route. So that's where it happened, and good enough, no one was hurt, and the police happened to come and they set out the fire, but it was a tragic story. I know, Yvette.
Yes.
You saw this?
Yes. I was heading to town around 2, and I heard apparently it started from like 1:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was really a horrific scene, because, I mean, you're wondering if people are in the car, and the more people came in and it became really crowded, you'd hear, oh no, someone is in the car and they're trying to get out, and you're like, really? I don't think so. But what I thought was quite disappointing was the firefighters. They came in at around an hour later.
Wow.
Actually, no, more than an hour, because I walked all the way till almost Parliament. It was probably an hour and a few minutes later, and that was very disappointing, because this car was just burning and there was no one to help this man as in the person in his property.
That means something would have happened. The damage wouldn't be as bad as it was.
Exactly. And imagine if somebody was stuck in, God forbid, if it's something like, let's say, a child, and the car seat belt was not was not functioning,
because of
or
the
maybe
heat,
that person was not able to get this car seat off in time. I mean, what would happen? That person would lose their life because the firefighters are not there in time. You know, and that is something that is very disappointing. I mean, I know we don't have very many fires here in Rwanda, but we always have to be prepared. And it was quite disappointing, and I hope that they really improve on their efficiency.
Right. Actually, on that issue of fires, it's actually last year we had, I think, one of the biggest.
Was it the one in Nyabugogo?
Yes, we had very many instances of fire.
One of the biggest was in Nyabugogo,
so
right.
It's actually more energy had been put out to make sure that these issues of fires and accidents could be solved so fast, so that the fire brigade could be as easy as possible. But there's a point that you mentioned, and I remembered. Yes, there's a point you mentioned that I think I kind of reflected back. The issue of control technique. Sometimes when I'm going when I'm going back home, there are certain routes that I wonder, do these cars go to control technique? If you look at these old buses, which they used to call the matatus, which they call in Kenya, and yeah, we call them minibus, twegerani. I don't know, some of them are really very, very old, really that bad, that we've had incidences, for example, from the route of Kabuga, Chimirongo, the road to Chuminakabiri, exactly, the Chigari Parents Road. We've had some cars lose out their brakes because they are very old. Some of these cars, even the conveyor has to at least
get out and push
push the door, or They are really old. When I tell you old, I
Might
mean
as well just push the whole car.
yes. And I wonder how
With no
do
point of
these
driving.
cars survive on the road? Do they go for control technique? They move in a road like that is very crucial, because the road that goes to the eastern province is one of the roads that I know has a lot of traffic police.
Yeah.
And I wonder how they're able to escape all that. You know?
Maybe they use the routes
to
that
answer your
are
question,
not
we
are
should
not
bring in
popular.
somebody who is in charge
Yes,
of control
absolutely.
technique
Right.
to come and answer these questions. And on top of that, you know, there's this has always been a question mark. How does control technique operates? Honestly speaking, it's very questionable, because not only those taxis that goes to that area, but look at the helixes and small vehicles that bring in goods from you know, from district to back in town here. Let's say Nyabugogo market, Chibinong market. Early in the morning, you see them. Then say, honestly speaking, these ones don't have to control technique on your eye. But when you because on that machine control technique, you know the way it shakes the car.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really imagine that car will survive. But on top of that, there's even a question of insurance. This person, does he have life insurance or fire insurance from any insurance companies in Rwanda?
Car insurance.
Yes,
car insurance. And
we
stuff.
really hope he did have this.
If he does, well, you
course it's
cannot
a
drive
must.
without it. But again, you might have you might not have the like a complete, you know, fire insurance.
Maybe it's even expired.
Oh, maybe that's what I meant. We
That
say
insurance,
we hope.
it differs. He might have a car insurance in the case of accident, but that is fire. You know, it's a different scene. So you might not have that one. You see, you know, but we should tell every driver out there to come up with this, to understand that life is at risk at every minute. This is a lesson. It might, you know, most of the time a lesson happens in a bad perspective. Well, but again, we learn from there. So every person who has a car should think that a car can be burned at any given time.
Right.
You see, you might drive and forget to put water inside, and then sometime it just get dry and get burned. You know,
There's so many technical reasons.
Yeah.
There are very
So
many.
everyone who has a car should think of, I have an insurance plus a fire insurance, because that is a crucial thing.
But and something that I was telling you about, some of them are really old that they have to wire them in order the engine to start. Yeah, so you can imagine, how does that car escape control technique? Could there be a reason why these cars go through control technique and they're able to get their seal? You know, when you go through control technique, there is a seal on your number plate. It's questionable. So I think I have a question for some people out there that are in charge of
And
this.
maybe another thing, people usually take their cars to control technique, but I don't know, the driving, I don't know if I should call it the ministry. Okay, it's the police.
Yes,
it's the police
traffic
that does
police.
it, traffic police that deals with all that. Do they also have a scheme of just going and scouting for cars that don't go for control technique?
Absolutely.
There's a punishment for sure.
Yeah.
Because when a traffic police stops you in the middle of the road when you're driving,
Don't they
they
ask
ask
for-
you everything. They ask control technique, your driving permit, you
Yeah.
know, yellow
Yeah.
what, and everything.
Yes.
So if you
Yellow
don't have any of those,
Yeah.
there is
Yellow what?
No, there is
Is that carte jaune?
Yes.
carte jaune.
Oh,
It's not the
I'm
yellow
like,
card.
yellow fever for the car?
Soon
Anyway,
yellow
but-
chairs.
Silly
Yeah.
joke.
So my point is, even if they really don't have to do that, people should understand that these services are important to take their cars there. You might not, someone like me, oh my goodness, I have no idea about what happened in cars or whatever. So, and I'm sure there's so many others like me who need to take their cars for, you know, for checkups, these technical checkups. So you can find out what's wrong with your car, any possible, you
And
know,
on top of
accidents.
that, police should step up and give this as an awareness, because this person's life was,
Simply a warning, yes, definitely.
this person's life was in line,
Yeah.
and someone else's life could be in line,
Right.
and there should be an awareness on this, and people are more aware of what an accident can be. It's not
They
only
can
be
be
a knock on
dangerous.
knock, but can be even you know, fire or anything. So there should be an awareness on that.
Yes, there should be. Anyways, we'll wrap it up right there. So send us your feedback and tell us what you think about what we have just discussed. For now, don't go away. We'll be right back after the break.
Don't forget, we love to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what we're talking about here on Rise and Shine Rwanda. Tweet us at Rise and Shine RW. Like us on Facebook and send us your ideas for programs. Check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda YouTube page where you can catch all the shows and reports we do. Finally, find us on Instagram, Rise and Shine RW. We love to see your pictures. Or check out our Rise and Shine Rwanda website, www.riseandshinerwanda.com. Well, that is all the time we have for you today. We'd love to hear your feedback, so please keep sending them in. But from now, you've been watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Yvette Shumbusho.
And me, Ivan Magwene. We'll be at same time, same place tomorrow. Do join us then. But for now, from both of us and the rest of the Rise and Shine team, have a very good day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.